Good afternoon, Hattiesburg. Thanks for joining us for this COVID-19 and City News briefing for Friday, February 19th. We'll start with hospitalizations today. This is between Merit Health Wesley and Forest General. We have 58 total patients who are COVID positive. Of those 58, 12 are in the ICU. That 12 is actually 9 under where we've been for the last 2 weeks. And as you can see, getting to 12 ICU admissions is a low point for us for quite a while. In fact, it's one of the low points in a good way for this entire pandemic. And so we're hitting some good ground there to get that number down. And again, as more people get vaccinated, particularly among the vulnerable, you're less likely to see folks have adverse reactions and end up in the hospital or in the ICU or worse. Statewide today, there were 360 new cases with 3 new deaths. I will say this low number, there's still COVID happening. However, a lot of counties to our north especially have had power outages this week and so are having some trouble reporting numbers to the Department of Health. I know the Department of Health is having issues as well with just the weather situation around the Jackson area. So you're going to see this next number. It's going to look like that we're accounting for 10% of all of the new, actually more than 10% of all the new COVID cases, and that's, again, because a lot of areas of the state just can't report right now. But Forest County had 33 new cases, and Lamar County had 30, and since this began, Forest County's had 6,971 total infections. Lamar County's at 5,731. 5-day average continues to head in a favorable direction. We're getting close to the 20 mark between our two counties. And then we look to the inside 14-day number. This is the number of people who have tested positive in the last 2 weeks. Forest County's number is down to 346, and Lamar County's also at 346. And so continuing to see that number go down, and that's a very positive development for us because it means the number of active cases are going down. And so just looking at where we've been a week ago, Forest County was at 402, now down to 346. Lamar County, 359 to 346. And so now a metro area total under 700. So continuing to head in a good direction with those active cases. Hospitalizations down by 6 from last Friday, and again, down by 9 in the ICU. Our goals continue to be protecting the vulnerable, people who are over the age of 60, or people with underlying or chronic health conditions. Preventing overrun of the healthcare system by slowing the spread, making sure that we have plenty of hospital capacity, and also prioritizing public health while giving the private sector the space to operate. Some city news for you today. If you haven't seen this article, it was in USA Today, but it was published by Wall Street 24/7. Last year, the Bureau of Labor Statistics looked at employment numbers from February to November during the peak of the pandemic. And they looked at percentage of changes in employment among 400 metro areas. Of those 400 metro areas, 28 of them, only 28, had job growth. And of those 28, Hattiesburg was number 2 in the country among metro areas in terms of percentage of job gains. And that was 2.9% employment went up. We also had increase in the employment participation. That went up 4%. And led by trade, transportation, and utilities. Of course, we all know that healthcare and manufacturing continue to be growing sectors, but this is a good thing to affirm what so many great small businesses and industries are doing here. We thank the Area Development Partnership for their leadership in recruiting and retaining jobs, but it also focuses us on what we need to do going forward. We want to see our hospitality industries come back. We want to continue to diversify our economy, particularly for those industries that help us retain young talent. Also, though, we know that there are some gaps between the jobs available and the skill sets of our residents. That's why the city invested in PRCC and invested some of our COVID money to help people go back and get certifications and skills that can help them take jobs in things like healthcare settings and manufacturing settings, because the jobs are there. We just need to skill up our people. And so we are excited about this ranking. We hope that it gives us motivation to keep going, keep investing, and keep pushing to the top. We also want to remind you that tomorrow is our mask and hand sanitizer giveaway at Forest County Emergency Management. That'll be Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 6. And of course, if you are disabled or if you know someone who just can't get out, they can call 544-5911 and mask and hand sanitizer will be delivered to them. Finally, our act of courage. Each year, the Hattiesburg Fire Department gives an award for Firefighter of the Year, and it comes from nominations from their fellow firefighters. And this year, we congratulate Engineer Robert Smith, a Hattiesburg native who has been with our department for several years. He is someone who takes pride in the fact that he grew up in Hattiesburg, that he serves the Hattiesburg Fire Department, always puts the credit to his colleagues and his fellow firefighters. Also a very talented bass player, and today is actually his birthday. So we congratulate our 2021 Firefighter of the Year, Engineer Robert Smith. Congratulations, Robert. As we go into the weekend, remember to wash your hands, take care of yourself, wear a mask if you go out in public, do only what is essential, and remember, you're safer at home. Have a great weekend.